Hey guys, welcome to video game equivalent of smashing my face into a wall. Dark Souls is a game where you play as a sentient piece of beef jerky that does I don't know because I killed the lore man because I thought I was still playing a game with text boxes. This is my first time playing the game, so if you see me doing something questionable, just take it as fact. So I chose Sorcerer without having any idea to use my magical attack. It doesn't matter very much right now because beyond this door is the first boss. Bold move to make my first real enemy an actual boss of the area, Dark Souls. The second lesson after learning the controls is how to be a coward. You do a little loop around and you can find a staff. If I knew that I had to switch to a staff, I probably would have picked literally anything else. It is effective, but that's only because I don't have to deal with what the boss throws at me. It's nice that we can leave the beef jerky factory now.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated
Who was saying that?
that one day an undead shall be chosen. In pilgrimage.
Oh, cool. We move around and find a bunch of chests and a graveyard. And I guess you could say that I am in grave danger. Thank you. I'll be here for all eternity. Now, I don't know much about the lore of this game, and frankly, you shouldn't ask me. You should probably just find a YouTube channel dedicated to this. But this is basically the reason why I can revive a bunch, and it's also the reason why most enemies in the game respawn. I don't know the reason why you need a horde of undead to do whatever you need to do, but it creates an obvious issue, a compounding obvious issue. Whatever the issue is, there's probably more simpler ways of doing this, but then you wouldn't have Dark Souls with you. Now, the skeletons are far too powerful for me to handle, so I use the second rule that I learned. Be a coward. Don't fight them and pretend they are not real. After never looking behind me, I go towards this horde of undead, and after asking the local undead to vacate the premises, we end up in Undead burg. The citizens here come out of stonework to greet you, so Scribbles warns for impending doom. Where did he go? We find a bonfire and I put 2 points in the faith, and I regret my decision because this is another staff item. After being beaten up by a night dude, I go to sleep for the night, only to discover next day that there is no more online for Dark Souls. Granted, I didn't know what the online was for besides scribbles on the floor, so here's me being ran over by a flaming barrel. We go through a fog door only to find two undead that decide to exist. The second boss within an hour of game time is this demon that really likes to play whack-a-mole. Taking the time to grind a little bit, I actually put points into something that's useful. The third attempt ends up in us killing each other, but I am inevitable. Hello.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it.
Not entirely true, I am hollow on the inside.
I am Solaire of Asura.
I will now remember that. Hey, does this bridge look a little ominous? So ignoring the giant problem above, I go under the bridge, into the 3-rat room. And this is the hardest challenge yet because they introduce us to poison. And if you get poisoned right now, it's either you go home or you use all of your healing items. Hello again. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm gonna go leave now. So I find a ladder that leads to my last bonfire and I fight a boar. It clearly did not work out very well, so I had to go back through the 3-rat room. I can say with certainty that this is the most painful room that I came across. You know. So far, I open up a shortcut and go to this place. Now I can upgrade my weapons if I so choose. Find a stone statue man and engage him in wizard combat. This place looks really pretty. What the heck is that? Ah, that explains it. The tree man wants to turn me into fertilizer. So after Elite abominations and statues, we find the most boring boss ever. Yes, it attacks really slowly. It's a boss that just flies around and shoots magic missiles at you, and occasionally falls asleep from how boring it is. Don't get too comfortable stabbing, otherwise it's going to use its Dark Souls get off me technique. So before we die in real life from boredom, we break into this building to see what's inside and find a firekeeper soul. Now, I consumed this. I wasn't supposed to, even though literally every other soul that I picked up on this journey is just more soul. It would make sense to upgrade my flash doing that, right? No. So going up a floor, I fight a militia of zombie men and a wizard. I just ran past all of them and just went up a ladder and killed each of them individually, and then the wizard. I also find an elevator that leads back to Firelink Shrine. This game has very good level design when they actually want to design levels. Climbing back up the building, we find this gold man and a fog door. Wow, that's a nice architecture. I sure hope it doesn't come to life and kill me. Okay, it's not... Oh wait, there it is. Here's the fourth boss, which is just a really big thing that hates you, like every other boss. But he also gets his brother to do the same exact thing. They may have the power of family and flamethrowers, but I always come back, and I have magic missiles. They crumble to dust like everything else will. Look, I found the subscribe button. You should come and press it. So I got lost, found the merchant dude, bought the key item, continued getting lost and find this door. And eventually I went back to the butterfly and destroyed it with arrows and magic. The area that the butterfly was guarding had an ember which I give to the blacksmith dude. I grinded a bunch of souls for the crust thing for the door over here, and I regretted my decision. We explored the forest a bit more, and I ended up at a club. Havel, or Havel the Rock if you care about titles so much. This guy is determined to turn into a red pillow on the floor just for a plush. There's no reasoning with him. For some reason, this guy is harder than any boss that I fought so far, and is way more durable than them. I did not beat Havel until later. So instead, I went to an area that I'm supposed to go. So this place has a thing whose main thing is causing blood west. Oh wait, no, that dogs do that. The enemies that I just fought 5 minutes ago have more going for it than the boss. Something tells me that the bosses are not the highlight of this game. Real challenge here is avoiding all the interaction in the living room like a cat. We swat the dogs away and glare at the big guy because he can't use stairs. We're now allowed to go into the depths, and we fire this butcher and rescue this guy. You know, I don't like this area. I'm going back up to Firelink Shrine. Up in Firelink Shrine, we meet this lady and we see the guy that we just freed. I decided to take his offer on pyromancy because one thing Moonlight Butterfly has taught me is that things are flammable. Since we're on the subject of magical stuff like fire, I actually found the sorcery dude after I left Firelink Shrine, but I'm not going back there. Welcome back to the depths and I'm lost. It's a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune.
A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize.
Oh cool, I actually found someone that looks different. So there's this merchant guy here and he sells crystal weapons. And I got the sword expecting some soul cowboy looking thing. It is a slab of rock. It's effective and I use it in the next area. Shame I can't repair it though. We search for a bonfire and go through a fog door. Hello, Eldritch Abomination. Please don't kill me. I am lost again. Everything looks the same. Heck is that? A status effect that just instantly kills me? What? Why would anyone make this? You know, Dark Souls is an incredibly easy game. A piece of cake, you might say. If you were the piece of cake. What I'm trying to say here is that the game is tedious enough and the curse was not needed here. I did manage to cure it, but imagine having to go through an area backwards just to get back to Firelink Shrine. It's not you in Firelink Shrine, you have to go back out to where the Bell Gargoyles were. Now I'm obligated to never ever touch this boss because I hate this area. The boss drops a key which I can use to go to the next area. Welcome to Blighttown, where the citizens will welcome you in open arms. Their main attraction is the poison and the architecture, which is only held by hopes and dreams. I would rather fight Havel. Yes, the elevator is this slow. In preparation, I did a little bit more grinding and experimented with a few more weapons. My opinion? Everything is mediocre at best, except spears and halberds, because apparently those things go slightly through walls. You did see me with a mace earlier, and I did like that better than the swords, but I like the dagger that I got more, but I don't know where to get more daggers. So I basically just stuck with a spear for like the first half of the game and used it on Havel too. The Battle of Havel is basically a game of whack-a-mole where you're the mole, but you have a needle, and every time Havel misses, you stab him. Havel dropped his ring, which lets me wear heavier armor. Now it is time to attack his neighbor. The Hydra is ironically easier than Havel was because he's pretty predictable. The Hydra shoots a bunch of water until you get really close to it, and then it tries crushing you with its face. Thank you, Darksouls. I totally noticed that bottomless pit. So anyways, the Hydra uses its face to attack you, but unlike Havel's weapon, you can actually walk it. He stabs said faces, and if you manage to damage one enough, it gets destroyed. Now here's the funny thing, every head attacks the same place in relation to you. With the right heads, you don't even need a block, you won at that point. If you think I'm making progress in this game, we only made it past maybe a quarter of it. So the area near the Hydra leaded me back to the place where I spent 20k souls on. What a ripoff, the Hydra is easier to kill than getting those souls. But the place also have these beasts. Ignoring the beasts because they are too powerful, I opened this really large door and it was pretty ominous. It was obviously a boss. So I left it in case of another bonfire and I found this thing. Wait, your cat. Were those things over there also cats? I still don't know why I'm here. Could you please put the comically large sword down, please? Welcome to the Good Boy Sith boss fight, where he uses a dog's natural aptitude for sharp blades to turn you into bacon bits. Now I kinda wanna go back to Blighttown. So Blighttown has the dogs again, but this time they have flamethrowers, because having a small hitbox and being incredibly mobile wasn't enough. However, what is new is the flaming spires and giant mosquitoes. I love how they thought mosquitoes in real life were too powerful for Darksouls, so they have to nerf them. I know there's a giant cocoon there, but why would I go in there? Neat. What is this item? Okay, let's just get out of here. I hate this area. So we discovered New Londo Ruins, which is directly under Firelink Shrine for some reason. And for some reason the bonfire is gone. What did I do to deserve this, Dark Souls? So, New Londo is a unique area. It's a place with ghosts that I can't hit unless I have a transient curse or I am regular cursed. We could try running through them, but they turn solid because video game logic. The only thing of note in this area for right now is that this guy can turn my weapons into magic weapons, which I gladly did. Circling back to the giant cocoon cave, we fight a boss that I will cut off the cutscene for because reasons. This boss has a magma thrower and a flaming sword. His entire fight is just one big game of area denial. And surprise, she is equipped with the Darksouls get off me technique. Now get out of here, you're making the video not family friendly. Ringing both the bells opens the ominous structure that Onion Man was sitting next to. Yes, hell. I'm not going. Oh boy, castle level, this is gonna be great. I hate this place, it's easily the worst place in the game. We have lizard men here, but also every time I die, I have to go around all the platforming and traps. Now, I didn't talk about the movement options of this game, but this game is not built for movement. Heck, the game's not built for anything besides combat and dying. At least the other areas had a bonfire in the middle, or at least a loop around back to another place of the bonfire. This place doesn't have one, or at least as far as I know. If you die, you have to go all the way back and start over. We found this guy, who is the renowned Big Hat Logan. I've seen a lot of loading screens of this hat. He is known for his big hat. We make it to the top of the fortress, and as you can see, it is bad as the inside of the place. The only thing between me and being carried off by a bunch of goblins is his boss. The Iron Golem. He's really big and tanky, like literally every other boss's game except the spider one. And like all those bosses, he is dumb and stupid. Just look at this flawless gameplay. Oh, that's neat. I'm screwed. If I'm not, your retinas surely are, because it's just bright. Please don't hurt me, it's a giant knight, man. I am on a sliver of health. Oh, hey, is that the gargoyle? Oh, no. So this place actually has a bonfire, and I beat the gargoyle thing again. And there's this thing called a mimic. Ah, my time in Terraria is training me for this game. So after doing more platforming, we make a short back so I never have to do said platforming ever again. And then we do more platforming because the game decided that we should do more platforming. We are now in the hotel part of the place. Here is Sunman. The hotel part certainly has a few rooms and secrets. I did it, guys. I found the imposter. So the black eye orb thing that I found near Firelink is glowing now. So I'm gonna go in a parallel dimension to kill somebody. Goldman? Goldman, how could you? How do you know what you did? Why must you commit these crimes? So we open a giant gate for a shortcut so I don't have to loop back around the hotel. Putting an end to Goldman's nefarious schemes, we go through the fog door. Look into the double boss fight where each of them does whatever they like. When you actually do manage to kill one of them, the other absorbs the other one's souls and then becomes stronger. Now, I have done this fight several times before, and if I had to take a guess, if you want the easier version of the fight, you kill Orenstein first because he's blatantly the more annoying one. The other guy is this really big boss guy, number 5 or 6. I don't know how many bosses there are, they're just big dude. After slamming my face into a brick wall a few more times, I remember something. Sunman can help. I didn't do this before because I didn't know how to actually find the scribble. Apparently you have to be human to find a summon sign. To battle, Sunman! Thank you, Sunman. I don't know who you are. You're acting as though I know who you are. Am I not done? Cool, at least I can warp now. That got Firelink Shrine. There's a snake dude that leads you to an entirely new area.
This is the Firelink Chamber, the successor of Lord Gwyn.
Who the heck is Gwen? Wow, with this I can have an incredibly large bowl of cereal. Well, okay, Snake Man, I guess I have a new list of people to kill. But before I go, I have to wrap a few things up. I return the soul to the lady I've never met before. I will never remember that name. Thank you very much. I gotta go. Returning the good boy Sif, I slay him and I get a ring, which I don't know what it does. By the way, the second part is next week. Have a good day.